What's up, Geeks 4x4? Thanks for coming to the channel today. Today we're going to talk about a crusty feeling steering wheel. My steering wheel in my LJ was starting to sound like as you were turning, and I could kind of feel it bumping a little bit as it turned, and I was trying to figure out what it was, and I had a friend of mine say, check out there's like a carrier bearing on the steering shaft, and so today I'm going to show you how to grease that and make your steering smooth as butter. So stay tuned for that. Don't forget to subscribe and like the channel, like this video, subscribe to the channel, you know the deal. But I wanted to give you guys a teaser. There's a cool new thing coming pretty soon. I cannot wait to reveal it, so make sure your notifications are on and you're ready for it. Let's get straight to this video. Alrighty, so today we are going to be trying to pull out this bearing. See my finger. It's the bearing that the steering rides on in your TJ. You can see it right here. This white piece is part of it. And we are going to pull it apart, clean it, and grease it. I hear that it helps the steering feel fantastic on these. So I'm going to try and get the camera in a good spot, and we are going to show you guys how to do it. Alright, so the first bolt is this one that connects the steering shaft from the actual steering wheel straight down, that we're going to need to pull out here. It's a 1/2 inch, and I'm probably going to mark it with a silver Sharpie so that I know to make sure I get it completely lined up, because my steering wheel is straight right now for once. You're going to pull that bolt all the way out, and then you should be able to slide that off. So good news is this is just one-way thing, so you don't have to worry about marking it like I did. I just figured I would be on the safe side. But you hear all that movement there? That's all in that bearing, so we are going to hopefully get that fixed today. So now I'm headed for those other two bolts. I think that they are 15 millimeter. They are. Need another extension. If you don't have extensions, it is possible to do this from the little piece of rubber under the fender in the tire wheel. And I'm going to do the side one that way, but see if I can't get these ones from the top. Good news is the nuts on the bottom are welded to the bottom of the bracket this mounts to, so you don't have to worry about that. They are going to be a little bit rusty, but should be able to break them free and get them spinning hopefully. So there's the first one, and now I don't know if you can see, but I'm down here. The other bolt goes sideways, and it should be able to just be got right out here. And bolt number 2. So now pull this bearing assembly off of the steering shaft. Set the steering shaft down. And bring this up. So here is this bearing assembly. So I'm going to take it over to the counter and pull it apart, show you guys what we're dealing with. Alrighty, now that I'm on the counter here, this is 10 millimeter nuts. And and I grabbed the wrong size. Actually, I put the wrong size in the wrong place in the toolbox. And second that off. Okay, so I've got it out of the mount now. And then we've got, this looks like a sandwich of sorts. We got this sandwich. I haven't done this either, so I'm just doing it with you guys. Just wanted to show you. I'm going to take my screwdriver and there's one plastic tab that holds this sandwich together. Well, it's off. It's a body pin. There's one half of the sandwich, and the other half is on here. Alright, so now I got this out of here. These just kind of pop out of that piece of rubber. These white pieces. Trying to get actually to the bearing, but I don't know. Because you can hear how badly it is dry. So I'm just curious if I can't get that bearing out of there. Well, that bearing is pretty brittle. So here's the bearing. It actually has got a metal ring around it and a liner of plastic with the needles in it, and they both have splits in them, so that's good. I thought I broke it as I was trying to take it out, but luckily it looks like I didn't break it, and I'm just gonna pack some grease right in the back here, and then in the front, probably in the back while it's out, put it back in and do the front. Got my trusty tube of grease. And get this thing greased up. And then I'm going to shove it back in. Goes back in nice and easy when it's greased. So I don't think I would even take that thing out of there. I would take it down to this if I was doing this again, and I'm telling you guys how to do it. I would just take it to right here, pack this in with grease. There's no reason not to put too much in it. It's just going to slide out. It's not any problem. And then put these caps back in. And then pop this back on. The one with the piece in it there's a lip on the rubber right here. And I'm actually even going to grease these plastic things since I have them right in front of me. And then it goes back on this with the flat side down, and you can follow your dirt outlines, because I bet it will be dirty because it's a Jeep. And it just goes right back on. Tighten these two nuts down and put it back in. Easy as that. There it is, and if you wanted to, you could really just pull it out just like this, pack it full of grease, and put it right back in. I went a little bit further, just trying to figure out what was going on in there. Definitely make sure all this is cleaned of grease, or not grease, of dirt and such. And when you go to put it back in, grease all the edges really nice. Put it right back in, no problems. I'm gonna make sure I clean this front shaft, because this is what actually goes through it. I'm gonna make sure that this thing is super clean. Put it back in there, all the grease will go right onto it. And then you're gonna put it in there, it's gonna go like this. And that shaft I was just playing with, you're gonna have to put back through it. So snake it down in there. Put it through the shaft. And then line up the holes. Tighten that guy down. Alrighty, got the bracket tightened down. Just gonna line my shaft out of the cab back up. Put in this bolt. Alrighty. And there it is. A lot less movement right in that bearing, and hopefully the steering is just smoother. I'm starting to get those little clicks, you know, as the steering wheel is turning around, and hopefully that will fix that and make it feel a little bit less like it's going to fall apart. Just wanted to say thanks for watching today. If your Jeep TJ steering doesn't feel quite right, it just kind of feels choppy and things like that, you can just grab your steering shaft down between the motor and the fender, and you can feel the play. And that play is pretty much gone, or at least it is packeted by grease now once you grease that bearing. There's that carrier bearing there. Super easy to do. It took me about 30 minutes. I would just pull that thing off, put grease in there. Make sure you clean it first, but put grease right in there and put it right back in. It'll probably take you 15 minutes. So thank you for watching today. Don't forget to turn your notifications on. Like this video, subscribe. New stuff coming. Don't forget, pay attention. I'm really excited about it. It's going to be awesome. Have a great day.